What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction. In this, we have Sir Humphrey Appleby on the proper function of government. Thoroughly excited to dive into this. I always love the Yes Minister, Yes Prime Minister clips. They always kill me because what they be saying really be true, but they say it in such a funny way. If you guys happen to enjoy, please don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and let's dive in.
Thought. Last night, a confidential source disclosed to me that British arms are being sold to Italian red terrorist groups.
I see. May I ask who this confidential source was?
Humphrey, I just said it was confidential.
Oh, I'm sorry, I naturally assumed that meant you were going to tell me.
You seem to be very worried by this information.
Well, these things happen all the time. It's not our problem.
So does robbery with violence. Doesn't that worry you?
No, Minister. Home Office problem.
Humphrey, we are letting terrorists get hold of murderous weapons.
We're not.
Well, who is?
Well, who knows? Department of Trade, Ministry of Defence, Foreign Office.
We, Humphrey, the British government. Innocent lives are being set at risk by British arms in the hands of terrorists.
Only Italian lives, not British lives.
With British tourists abroad.
Tourists? Foreign Office problem.
Humphrey, we have to do something.
With respect, Minister, we have to do nothing.
What do you mean?
The sale of arms abroad is one of those areas of government that we do not examine too closely.
Well, I have to, now that I know about
But
it.
you can say you don't know.
You're suggesting I should lie?
Oh, not you, Mr. No.
Well, who should lie?
Sleeping dogs, Minister.
Who should lie? Sleeping dogs, Minister. Hey, my guy, this is not our problem. This is not our issue. Innocent people are losing their lives. Italian lives, not British lives, sir. British tourists. That's Foreign Office, sir. So we have to do something. No, we have to do nothing. That's how the government be like, hey, we can work this narrative to put the blame on somebody else or make this someone else's issue, but we don't have to make this our issue. This is not for us.
I'm going to raise this.
No, Minister, I beg you. A basic rule of government is never look into anything you don't have to. And never set up an inquiry unless you know in advance what its findings will be.
We're talking about good and evil.
Our Church of England problem.
No, Humphrey. Our problem. We are discussing right and wrong.
You may be, Minister, but I'm not. It would be a serious misuse of government time.
Selling arms to terrorists is wrong. Can't you see that, Humphrey?
No, Minister. Either you sell arms or you don't. If you sell them, they will inevitably end up with people who have the cash to buy them.
But not terrorists.
True.
Well, I suppose we could put some sort of government health warning on the rifle, perhaps.
He makes a good point. You either sell arms or you don't. And I've never thought about it like that. But if you sell arms, yeah, they inevitably end up with people who have the cash to buy them. You said, so either you're going to continue to sell arms or you're going to stop selling them. But if you sell them, they're going to end up in the hands of people maybe you don't want them to end up in the hands of. And that's just the business of selling arms.
This gun can seriously damage your health.
It's all very well to take this lightly, Humphrey. But we cannot close our eyes to something that is as morally wrong as this.
Very well, Minister. If you insist on making me discuss moral issues, may I point out to you that something is either morally wrong or it isn't. It can't be slightly morally wrong.
Don't quibble, Humphrey.
Government isn't about morality.
Really? What is it about, then?
Stability. Keeping things going. Preventing anarchy. Stopping society. Falling to bits. Still being here tomorrow.
What for?
I beg your pardon.
What is the ultimate purpose of government, if it isn't for doing good?
Minister, government isn't about good and evil. It's only about order or chaos.
And it's in order for Italian terrorists to get British bombs. And you don't care.
It's not my job to care. That's what politicians are for. My job is to carry out government policy.
Even if you think it's wrong?
Well, almost all government policy is wrong, but frightfully well carried out.
Almost all government policy is wrong, but frightfully well carried out. I know that people love this show so much, bro, because I feel like this show is exactly how people feel about government. I feel like it portrays the government in the eyes of the citizens, because a lot of times we feel like people in government just be effing us and they don't care, and you can see they don't. That's what this show provides.
Humphrey, have you ever known a civil servant to resign on a matter of principle?
I should think not. What an appalling suggestion.
For the first time, I fully understand that you are purely committed to means and not to ends.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, Minister, and all of my colleagues, there is no difference between means and ends.
If you believe that, Humphrey, you will go to hell.
Minister, I had no idea you had a theological bent.
You are a moral vacuum, Humphrey.
If you say so, Minister.
It's time for your lunch appointment, Minister.
You're keeping very quiet, Bernard. What would you do about all this?
I would keep very quiet, Minister.
So, Minister, may we drop this matter of the arms sales?
No, we may not. I'm going to tell the Prime Minister, personally. Make an appointment for me, would you, Bernard? This is just the sort of thing that the Prime Minister wants to know about.
I assure you, Minister, this is just the sort of thing the Prime Minister desperately wants not to know about.
We shall see about that.
Uh-oh.
Indeed, we will. What's the matter, Bernard?
Oh, nothing really, Sir Humphrey.
You look unhappy.
Well, I was just wondering if the Minister was right, actually.
Very unlikely. What about?
About ends and means. I mean, will I end up as a moral vacuum, too?
Oh, I hope so, Bernard. If you work hard enough.
Makes me feel rather downcast. If it's our job to carry out government policies, shouldn't we believe in them?
What an extraordinary idea.
Why?
Bernard, I have served 11 governments in the past 30 years. If I'd believed in all their policies, I would have been passionately committed to keeping out of the common market and passionately committed to going into it. I would have been utterly convinced of the rightness of nationalizing steel and of denationalizing it and renationalizing it. In capital punishment, I'd have been a fervent retentionist and an ardent abolitionist. I would have been a Keynesian and a Friedmanite, a grammar school preserver and destroyer, a nationalization freak and a privatization maniac, but above all, I would have been a stark, staring, raving schizophrenic.
I mean, yeah, if you work for that many governments, so many governments believe in so many different things, and you working for the government, how can you believe in every single one of the government policies that you help to pass? You can't. But it's not your job to care. It's your job to make sure the policy passes. That's it. Once that happens, it's out of your hands. Will you become a moral vacuum? It sounds like yes, you will. I do agree with the minister in that sense. Yeah. Like not caring about these innocent lives, not caring about these arms sales, getting into the hands of terrorists, not caring about. Yeah, you do become a moral vacuum, but he's like, well, that's not my job. Like my job, the government's job is to keep order and out of chaos, and that is it. Let me know what you guys think about this. I'm very intrigued to hear you guys' perspective on that one. That's all we have. If you enjoyed, please don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and check out the next one. See you guys next time.